So what if AI could turn Nashville Electric Services customer satisfaction nightmare into a success story? Today on Lead with Tech, Alex and I are going to dive into that issue, solving not just NES's customer satisfaction problems, but a pretty common issue across the board in utilities. Stay tuned. We're going to go through ways that we can leverage AI to drive that customer experience to all new levels and make your customers happier.
And make Colby happier as well, because that's his.
And make Colby happier, yes. Please make me happy. Yes.
Nashville Electric, that's where you live, right?
I have a personal experience with this one.
Yeah, and not a very pleasant one, as I understand.
It wasn't the best.
Why wasn't it the best? What's so not pleasant about it?
They're across the board, which is ironic because they have, they cite all these really good satisfaction rates, like in their own surveys, but I don't know where they get those numbers. I don't know who they're getting these surveys from, because
you're definitely not part of that survey.
Yeah, I was not. Yeah, they did not ask me. I know a lot of people that live all over town here, and they are, not only are they one of the largest energy companies in Middle Tennessee, but they're one of the largest, public energy companies in the country. So, I mean, they service a ton of people. And if you go online and look up like their actual reviews, I mean, we're talking like 1.2 stars, 1.4 stars. Like it's not a great look.
You seem to be very passionate about this. Like, tell me what your personal experience is with the company.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the stuff that they have, and I have seen a recent push towards updating what they're doing and kind of maybe investing in this a little bit more, this issue that they seem to be having, but there's still a long way I think they can go. They have outage issues, they have reporting issues, customers have issues with their billing, just across the board, major CSAT issues with Nashville Electric.
But okay, and from the hardware standpoint, obviously we as a software company, we can't do much, right? We can't even talk about it because we're not qualified. But it's an interesting conversation, since you're both the customer and an expert in customer facing technologies.
Right.
So from your customer seat and knowing what you know about the technology, what are the drawbacks of using them right now? What inconsistencies, or why are you not satisfied using their digital representation, basically?
A lot of the way that they communicate and stuff like that is bordering on modernization, but it's not really close at all. The way they handle things is so kind of archaic. Let's be honest, like everyone is going to eventually have a problem with their electric service, whether it's a storm or something like that. Like power is going to go out at some point. Like you can't just completely give somebody 100% all the time. Perfect. We all wish we could live in a perfect world, but that's not real. So for me, it's more about communication and properly updating your customers and keeping them in the loop and having a way that they can actually easily put in tickets for issues, look at their outages, have a conversation.
And right now there's no good way.
And there's not really, there's not a great way. I mean, you can go online and stuff and you can look at the outage map. In my experience and some of the experiences that I know I've talked to people about here in Nashville, it doesn't seem to be quite as accurate as most people would, hope. You said we can't really do anything on the infrastructure side. So the biggest way that we can provide value and that they can provide value to their customers is through some sort of an extremely simple and easy to use customer experience platform. So some kind of a tool that they can use to allow their customers to extremely easily interact with their account, like billing and issues like that, where they can pull any of the documents they may need. Because let's be honest, when you need to secure funding for something or what have you, or you need to just prove that you're living where you live, other than a lease document, what's the other biggest thing that people tend to use? Electric bill or a water bill, right? So having easy access to those documents, if you have an issue, you have really a simple way to contact somebody without calling and sitting on hold. I mean, I know we all love hold music, but a simpler way would be nice. And then it creates a ticket, and then you can go back in and check the status of that ticket without having to continuously call in and check and see where you're at in the process, where you are, when they're going to be scheduling somebody to come out to your house and look at your meter or something like that.
Yeah.
What you can do is make the customer experience better and make them feel valued as opposed to ignored and like they're being a bother. So,
Yeah. I think there are only three scenarios that I can think of when you interact with your power company. It's when you're buying something like a gun and you need an electric bill to prove your residency. Like you said, it's not easy to get sometimes on the website. The other one is very common here in California, for example, when people don't really know how much their consumption is day to day.
yeah,
And like a family of five, I know a couple of families like that. They even shower every other day because they're trying to save, but they don't really know that if it's affecting the bill or not in the end.
right,
So no transparency. And the third one is, yeah, when you have an issue, when it's an outage or whatever, then you just start looking for a solution. And then you have
right.
to, I don't know, call or find some third party maps as we do here in California. And those three scenarios, basically, they can be solved very easily if you would have some kind of technology on the power provider's site that will work for you, like that will basically become your representation, customer's representation, right? We're talking about
Right.
AI again. So I guess all three could be solved easily with modern technology when we're talking
Yeah.
about AI agents again, when you would have your own trained AI agent that will be representative of the customer dealing with all that stuff. Like basically you just open an app and you're saying, hey, there's no power. An AI agent goes and finds out what's going on, which area is next in the queue for service, what to expect, how much longer it's going to take, and all that stuff. Same thing with, hey, I'm buying a gun, I need a utility bill,
Yeah.
and boom, it just produces it right away. And the
Yeah.
third one is my real time consumption, like day to day consumption. The company knows that. The problem is that reporting right now in most of those companies is organized in a way that you can only see it once a month. You can't really know until the month is over. Like
Yeah.
last month, I paid $1,200 for some reason. I don't even know why and what I could have done to save, except for just the generic stuff like turn out the lights. But
Right.
with a proper real time penetration into the company's grid and their technology, an AI agent on behalf of the customer could actually know on a daily basis, what did you do differently today? Oh, that must have been jacuzzi or whatever. Then, okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe these tips will help you because I know you have a family of five. I know where you live. Well, also the temperature is going to be different there. AI is so much more advanced for this that
Yeah.
it's a shame that not a lot of companies, especially in the utility sector, are utilizing that technology because it's already
Right.
ready. It's already there to fix this. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like, obviously they want to put up very positive reviews on their website,
Yeah.
but if you look elsewhere, like, and if you have a choice, you will probably go somewhere else if you have a choice and if you do some basic research. But
Mhm.
this simple, well, not simple, but very easy to understand technology shift would definitely fix a lot of those problems and make
Yeah.
customers a lot happier and also create network effect, which means that if you have a history of those communications with the utility provider through the AI agent that knows everything about your consumption, your family, your differences, or whatever, then you don't want to walk away from that because you're going to lose all of that context, and context
Right.
matters. Like it's a really simple way for utility
Yeah.
companies to take that leap and to create a new future for them and their customers. They're just not doing it for now.
Aside from just the company customers, it's of a great benefit to the company itself because a lot of times it's such a pain to get any information or to contact some of these utility companies because their own systems are such chaos
Yeah.
that or are not easily navigatable that they trust me, they don't want to look up your stuff any more than you want to call them to look up your stuff because it's just such a pain. But if you kind of have this already on the customer end, it's really easy also to access that from a provider standpoint and have everything way more organized and accessible and automated to make your employees' lives easier. So
Yeah,
yeah,
even
it's
the
kind of a
employees. Yeah, we had a couple of projects, remember, like that when AI helps uh, populate most of the fields, right? And create the ticket and create support queue. And people are only used at the review level, at the review stage. Because right now, whenever you have an issue or you want to dispose like something and you call those sanitation services or utility provider, you hang on the phone for like 10 minutes until someone answers. You should start asking all those basic questions again and then finding your account. You literally spend like 30 minutes. You spent 30 minutes, they spent 30 minutes. And this could have been automated to mere minutes with the
right.
right technology. And
Yeah.
those employees that work in the customer support, I think, would appreciate working on the actual problem solving rather than populating fields or categorizing the claim or whatever, all those manual, robotic,
Right.
very routine stuff that they have to do anyway because you're calling, right? So AI middleware basically here could solve that both on the call level, on the app level, on the website level, just by mimicking that conversation and making it happen before the human is introduced into
Exactly.
the equation. We see it across the board. It's not just in the utility sector, obviously. Most of the large enterprises today that are not technical companies, they have technologies that are subpar, that are not modern, that are not effective, that are just there. And it's great that they even have those, but they could do much better. And they have the budgets to do that. It's just that I think us spreading the word is exactly what needs to be happening right now so that they could see, oh, well, those things are already possible. Great. Well, we should probably do that
Right.
because our customers are getting younger, more demanding, less patient. And well, people in general, they don't like to have no answers when there's a problem like right now with the wildfires right here. I mean, people demand answers. They're desperate for answers.
Yeah.
And the more accurate, the more transparent status you can provide, the better. So
Mhm.
yeah, utility companies, you should look into this for sure,
Yeah. I
especially in
agree.
Nashville.
Yes, please.